Obviously at the start, it was very much like, how do we go viral? Let's talk about Andrew Tate. Let's do X, Y, and Z, like to try and get clicks. But to be rewarded for being like authentically ourselves, and people are really, really connecting with us and pressing that subscribe button and turning up every week to listen to us talk. It's just, thank you, man.
When you really deep it and you think about what it is you get 80 summers, 80 winters. Statistically, it's not a very long journey. Have a good time whilst you're here and do what you enjoy.
We've started a new business. We don't really know where we're going. I know in the long game, like, this is the best thing to do, but am I being like a good man? Am I making the right decision by kind of like leaving my family?
If there's a specific outcome that you want to be in shape. Someone could just say to you, okay, you need to work out and or eat more to get bigger, etc. Like, that's the simple fix, but to get this one outcome. What this really is it's an accumulation of skills.
Why should people subscribe and follow our journey as podcast hosts, as entrepreneurs, as men? Why should they join our journey, bro?
I'm just gonna say it's gonna be one hell of a journey.
Wow, that is dramatic. Mic drop. We're a couple of young guys that are just striving to do great things, trying to change the world for ourselves, the people we care about, and hopefully affect some of you guys in a positive way. And yeah, like H said, it's going to be one hell of a ride. We won't stop until we reach our goals, until we do the things that we want to do.
Yo guys, welcome back to the Gooms podcast, and today me and Chris are going to reintroduce ourselves, as there's a lot of you guys that are new here and we haven't done an episode like this since we first started. We're going to talk about our journey before and since we started our business and the podcast, what it took to get here, and much more. Make sure that you subscribe to the podcast. Thank you again for following along our journey. Enjoy the episode, guys.
1.8k subscribers in 18 months. Listen, round of applause to our new subscribers, man. We love you guys, man. Thank you so much, bro.
Bro, literally 1,000 subscribers, whatever, in the past, 30 days?
3 months ago, bro, we was begging for 1,000.
The thing that's crazy is it felt like we were going viral, even though we were nowhere near it, but like constantly checking and seeing like the subs got 2-3 subscribers a day. Yeah. It was pretty crazy, man. We're grateful for you guys.
As of today, our YouTube analytics tell us that in the last 28 days, we've had an increase of 580 subscribers, which is just crazy. Like, insane. From day 0 to probably like, that was probably the like what we achieved in like 6 or 7 months of the podcast, maybe even more. And to have done that in like, it says the last 28 days, but it's a little bit less. Like, that's just, it's like we're finally being rewarded, bro, for these 87, I think this will be 87 weeks, bro. We haven't missed 1 week in 87 weeks.
I think one thing that we do need to hold ourselves accountable for, the shorts.
Oh yeah,
we've got a system we can.
It's coming. It's coming.
Make it a lot more streamlined.
Yeah, I think there's like a newfound motivation, I think, for the podcast, because I'm not going to sit here and lie. Like, it's been hard to put in so much work, especially me in the early days. Obviously, we were filming the podcast together, but editing everything manually, then all the clips manually, then posting everything manually. There's so many hours that went into even having what we've got today and not really getting much back. It's a little bit demotivating. Like, it just is. But like, I was away last week and like my phone's just like new YouTube comment, new subscriber, like, and it's pinging off, like, and I'm like, yo, like, we're finally getting our reward, bro.
Comments as well, seeing people comment like, oh, finally, like a UK business podcast that it speaks the truth, etc., and things like that. Like,
so sick.
Feels good, man.
So sick. Thank you, man. I feel so grateful to be in this position. I think this is what me and you actually dreamt about, bro. Like, it is like we're building out a community of people that are like us, that are building and striving towards doing stuff. And that's everything that we've wanted. Obviously at the start, when we did start, it was very much like, how do we go viral? Let's talk about Andrew Tate. Let's do X, Y, and Z, like to try and get clicks. But to be rewarded for being like authentically ourselves, talking about our business, talking to other people that like we aspire to be like, or that we're on a similar journey to, or a similar path to, and people are really, really connecting with us and pressing that subscribe button and turning up every week to listen to us talk. It's just, thank you, man. Thank you. We love you. We love you. Let's get it cracking, bro.
We want to take this opportunity, as there's a lot of you guys that are new here, to reintroduce ourselves and give you a little bit of an insight into who we are, what it took to got here, for the business, since starting the business, the past 2 years.
Yeah.
Who are you, man?
I was going to swear then, but we're not swearing because we are monetized on YouTube now. YouTube, who am I? Well, my name's Chris. My name's Christos Gabriel, but my friends call me Chris, and also you guys can call me Chris. That's all cool. Who am I? I'm a young entrepreneur chasing his dreams. Originally from Cyprus. We're living in the UK, born and raised here. And yeah, we're just trying to make a difference. Make a difference for ourselves, make a difference for the people that we love, and make a difference for the people that tune in and listen to us. Hopefully we can help other people achieve amazing things too. So, yeah, in short, that's who I am. Who are you?
I can't really say that I'm going to change anything too much to who you said you were, but I'm sure that the majority of people kind of gathered anyways, but the name's Harris, man.
Yeah.
Everybody calls me H. That was when I used to do YouTube back
Big H.
Everybody used to call me, that's how I used to do my intros. They'd be like, my name's Harris, but you can call me H.
Yeah.
Literally just a guy that's been striving for greatness, willing to put himself through the hard tasks.
Vamos.
Day in, day out.
So how do we get Chris and H, bro? How do we get the Gooms podcast? How do we get GMS? How do we get all of these things that the new people that meet us only know us by? Where did that even come from, bro? Because the last time we did this, episode 1.
How far are we going back?
I mean, do we kick it back to where we started? I mean, so you guys that listen to episode 1 that have been here for forever, basically, I don't think there's going to be that many of you, but this is probably going to feel a little bit repetitive. This is just a reintroduction to the guys that are new around here.
I think it'll probably be an insight, like a different insight to when we first started.
Yeah.
Because of who we are today.
Yeah, facts. Go on, take it away, bro. How do we meet? Well, kind of how do we meet? Yeah.
Well, I moved across the road from Chris's grandparents back in the day, long time ago, and we're just opposite each other, and we just started. Obviously, in your grandmother told you to come over and introduce yourself, etc. New Greek boy over the road. It's rude if you don't go say hello.
Facts.
And we didn't really see eye to eye. Well, I wouldn't say that we didn't see eye to eye. It's not like we
hated you.
We're just different people.
Yeah, facts.
From back in the day. We're just different people. But I was meeting, I can name him.
The universe brought us back together.
I was meeting one of your pals from school. He was my pal as well during the summer holidays. And he was like, do you mind if I tell Chris to come? I was like, yeah, of course not, man. Tell Chris to come. Me and Chris, we're all right.
Yeah.
Came, and then that week, I'm pretty sure we met up pretty much every day.
Yep. Half term.
Yeah, the rest is history.
Best days of our lives, half term, innit?
We actually snuck into, there was this girl that I used to go to school with that was literally like 6 foot, and I looked older as when I was younger anyways, and snuck Chris into 22 Jump Street, man.
Was it 22?
Yeah,
not 21.
It was the second one.
Yeah, I was a late bloomer. I still am. I've still got a bit of a baby face. As you can see, H looks about 35, and but yeah, it's crazy to think, bro, like how far we've come, not only as individuals, but also like as friends from that time. Like there's so many, like that first time I came over to you, bro, and like you said, we didn't like see eye to eye, not like in a bad way, but we were very different. We were into different things at that time. I could never imagine, like, off of that first thing, if someone had said to me, like, in 15 years time, you'll run like a 7-figure business with this man, and you'll have like a podcast where you speak to thousands of people a week, and like it wouldn't make any sense. But here we are, man. Here we are.
How did we get from becoming friends to business now? Well,
before we obviously started
to start in the business.
Yeah, before we started our I would say our serious path as like business partners, because there was previous stuff before that we kind of just like half-hearted gave a go because we were like, we want to make some extra cash. But yeah, we were both working in the family businesses. We always spoke about money. I think from a young age, we both knew that we wanted to like do something where we would be our own bosses. We would make a lot of money. We would have a lot of free time to do the things that we want to do. We were just a bit different. We were like the outcasts, and maybe like a little bit over the top as well. From a young age, we were like very like flamboyant and out there, and always wanted nice designer stuff, and always wanted to kind of show people that that's who we were.
Had bread.
Huh?
That we not even had bread, but what we thought was having bread.
Yeah.
Yeah.
on our media, like $350 a week cash.
Yeah, I mean, like sitting on the pod with some people that are doing like $5 million a month, we definitely did not have bread.
But as two like 16, 17, 18, even 19-year-old kids, like we only were shown, or we were only aware of like our immediate like environment. We didn't see past that. We just saw our family businesses, how blessed we were to have the lives that we had because of the family businesses. And then our kind of interpretation of those were, how can we just take them to the next level? Or how do we kind of get our foot in the door with them and then branch out into other things? And yeah, bro, we've been hustlers from time. We were jumping on the Forex charts together. Me and you were investing in crypto and NFTs. We started the Sweet Tooth company. Fucking Sweet Tooth, bro. Me and H were importing American candy at like extortionate prices.
Still left for the profit.
Yeah, because we were charging too much, and the majority of our customer base was just like people that probably felt bad for us and wanted to support us. But we've always had that kind of entrepreneurial mindset, like, and then also being blessed to have been in the family businesses. Like, we always had like an authoritative role at work. Like, we weren't the boss, but when the boss weren't there, we were the boss. And we kind of both embraced that, and we were doing long hours, early mornings, late nights. We were never shy of the graft. But yeah, it just came to a point where we were like, we're better than this. Like, we can actually do a little bit more. I think the turning point was like the show, for me anyway, because it opened my eyes up to a whole different world. Like, new people that do new stuff for work, online businesses, being able to travel and still work. Obviously, I was going to move into like that coaching space, and then that walk around the fountains. When we were like trying to figure out like what side hustle you're going to do. And I was like, bro, your YouTube videos are sick, bro. Like, why don't you do videography? Like, get a camera. You bought a camera that night. You started freelancing. Obviously, the show didn't work out the way I wanted it to work. And I'll never forget, I was walking outside the front. I was doing laps outside the front of the shop, the family restaurant. And I called you, and I was just like, H, I can see obviously you're starting to get a bit of work. And like, if there's anybody that you like ever wanted to like start offload some stuff with or kind of partner with, like, there's nobody else I would rather go into a quest with than you. And you were kind of like, bro, kind of took the words out of my mouth. And then before we knew it, we were kind of, okay, what we doing?
You came to mine, and I was just like, we're talking. I was like, just order a camera, bro. Just do it.
Yeah, but before that, what was it though? Because we was trying to do the drop shipping store together. Do you remember What's Hot? What's Hot? What was the dog store that we did? When we ordered all the samples, the machine gun, the massage guns.
I can't remember what the site was called. Oh, no, the site was called What's Hot. I can't remember the dog.
No, What's Hot was the one that we were going to get all the trending stuff, like anything that was kind of trending on an ad, we'd get it. And it's like, that's what's hot now. Like, an example would be like, you know, like in the summer, like those handheld fans that were automatic, something like that. Or like, you know, when what were those spinny things called?
Fidget spinners. Yeah,
the fidget spinners. Like, that would be an example of the type of product. Like, we'd work off of trends and stuff like that. Obviously, never really came to fruition. We didn't make one sale, but
I think we just we didn't even make a sale, bro. We
didn't make one sale. Yeah.
I mean, I think we kind of. I don't want to say that we missed the. Well, we did. We missed the drop shipping train, anyways.
Think?
Yeah, drop shipping was like a proper thing when we were in school.
Yeah.
Obviously, we just didn't really know about it. We found out that was the very end of when dropshipping was that popular side hustle that everybody did.
Yeah. Well, let's pivot away to from what was before and move into like what it was at the start. Obviously, the podcast was something that came a little bit after the business started. But I mean, what did we start out doing? What did we start out offering?
Well, it started. I mean, I was just going around just doing free shoots, and then we were obviously from when you got involved. Obviously, I was earning okay money doing the freelancing anyways on my own. But then when you came in as well, it was still like going out doing those free shoots, and then we were offering like social media content, and like we deliver all of this content, but then no one would really be there to post it for these like small businesses.
Yeah.
And again, it's like inexperience into what it is as business and like who to sell to, because the majority, if you're starting a business that you're going to help businesses grow, if you're just approaching your local, like when I say local, your local nightclub, your local restaurant, then more often than not, they're never going to have the bread to spend on marketing because there's no need for it.
Just thinking about it, bro, I'm massively impressed that we managed to close a retainer $850 a month, bro, for just reels. Like it was just taking reels and then not doing anything with them.
It's not bad.
It's not bad at all, bro. I think our first 2 retainers were $850 and $750.
No, $650, $750.
Oh, $650, $750.
Same package as well.
Yeah.
There were bars that competed with each other.
Yeah. And we had to lower the price for the one because he was a little bit more iffy about the budget. And what a time to be alive, bro. That was definitely like a this is real moment. Like we're walking around trying to like pitch our services to people, getting no's left, right, and center.
See,
like,
the thing is though, is when everybody talks about, it's about the journey and stuff like that, is like, obviously you never deep it when you're in it, but like it's so easy for someone to say, it's about the journey and what happened before. But when you really look back at those times, like you're saying it, and we haven't really spoke about this properly in a long time, maybe even since.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's been glimpses where we spoke about closing our first client, etc. When you go back and look at those like first few months when we closed the client for $650 and we were jumping up and down, like I look back at that and I'm like, shit, like the journey.
We was gassed, bro.
Like that is fun.
We were so gassed.
We were gassed then, but realistically, like that time as a whole, like we probably had fun, but we never looked at it as like, oh my God, we're in the journey. Like this is the best time. Like we look forward at the best time's going to be when we have an office and like we're like scraping, doing the numbers that we dream of, etc.
Yeah.
But like looking back on that now, it's like, shit, that's the journey. And in a year's time, we're probably going to look back on now being in a 2-man office, trying to deliver this new system to new clients.
The journey.
And we're going to look back on it and be like, shit, with 20 clients or 30, 40 clients that we're getting unbelievable results for, and be like, shit, like, do you remember a year ago when we were hopping on the sales calls with realistically not that much amazing sales experience and not that much experience in the space, but we just knew we could do it. It's the exact same to looking back 2 years ago.
Putting our neck on the line, bro, giving it a go. That's literally like, we have literally like stripped everything back and practically started a new business. Like we actually have, like, if you look back on the last kind of 2 years and what we've done in regards to GMS, which was Gooms Visuals, then GMS Creative, then now Growth Marketing Solutions.
I was going to say the core values kind of the core values kind of stay the same though. Like realistically, we're still just trying to help businesses grow online.
Yeah.
Well, not just online. Like we're actually trying to help businesses grow via using pathways that are online.
Yeah, that's just come through the knowledge and the experience that we've accumulated over the last 2 years. If we'd had started this business 2 years ago, exactly the model that we're doing now, I don't think we'd be anywhere near where we're at. I don't think people would even come near us. And I think having the last 2 years of trying loads of different stuff, social media management, e-com ads, websites, logos, trying to do everything, content creation, like it's not only been character building, but it's also allowed us to not only build up a network of subcontractors and workers that can actually do and fulfill these jobs for us, but also as well being involved in the nitty-gritty, knowing how something like that works. Because when someone comes to us for lead generation now, and we're talking about return on investments, and we're talking about how many qualified and nurtured leads are coming through your door, someone can ask us about a question about a website or about SMM or about content or how to make a hook or how to create an ad, and we know it because we've done it all. We just didn't do it very well. Well, not that we didn't do it very well, we just didn't make a lot of money doing it. But we still have accumulated that knowledge and that skill set and like being able to speak in that kind of language of the online kind of agency. Do you know what I mean? Like we wouldn't be able to fulfill what we're fulfilling now without that experience. So although some people might look on it and be like, it's been a waste of time, like we've been doing loads of different stuff and haven't really gone anywhere, it's also allowed us now in this new phase to really kind of try and kick on and go to the moon. It's built up the character, the knowledge, the experience, the terminology that we use to get these kind of high-paying clients over the line. It's crazy to think, bro. It's crazy. And I think one of the most beautiful things about it all is that, like, we got to do it together. Like,
I agree, man.
We've
It's some journey.
We've changed so much, bro, since we started. I mean, what would you say are like the main things that you've kind of changed about yourself since starting the business? As a person, not just like my routine, like I wake up earlier.
No.
Like
my routine pretty much has been pretty solid ever since, man. It's been
you are quite regimented.
I like being regimented though. Literally for the past 2 years, it's probably been like, when I say a handful, maybe like I actually wouldn't say no more than 14 days, 2 weeks of getting up and not sticking to that regimen of like, okay, get up at 6 a.m. straight to gym. Like to work. Some days I might be a bit longer.
Bro, it's all right to have a couple of days, bro.
But it's been pretty regimented. But in terms of like what I've actually changed, I mean the go-to, and there's no real like explanation for it, but I genuinely say like I've just become more of a man. Not to say that I wasn't a man before, but I don't know.
You weren't, bro.
Pardon?
You weren't. I don't even think you are now. Not like digging you out, but like you're nowhere near the man you can be or will be, but you're much further along that journey than you were 2 years ago.
No, I hear you. Not to say that I wasn't a man before though, because I feel like if you stuck me in a room with 100 different guys that were my age, not to say this in an arrogant way, like I feel like we'd probably both stick out. Yeah. But just that maturing, the way that we speak, obviously the conversations that we have with people, the way that everything, just the way that we are with our friends, family, literally just
grown up.
Yeah, grown up a little bit more, become a little bit more. A word to say it is maybe, I don't know how to fucking say it. It's like a feeling.
You've matured.
It's like it's more so like a feeling. I don't know how to say it.
I don't know.
Aura, increase in aura.
That's definitely not what you were thinking of saying.
No, but do you know what though? I
hear you.
It kind of actually plays a part though, like that aura. Like I don't know. I don't think that we'd bend over backwards for people that were paying us like how we were 2 years ago, how we would now. That's aura though. That's like shutting things down straight away and understanding.
But that comes with experience. It comes with like knowing what we do works. It comes with knowing that what we do comes at a cost. And it also, like, the bending over backward before came from a place of like desperation, of like, we kind of need to keep you as happy as possible, because if you go, there's not really much left. Do you know what I mean?
Well, great quote that Hormozy said. I've said it before on the pod. When I said it to your dad the other day actually as well, and he really appreciated it. It's like, hey, that's a good thing to think about. When money meets experience, experience gets the money, and money gets the experience.
That's gonna be the way you said it. In the edit, it's gonna pan to me, and it's gonna pan back to you with the mouth of that, and you're just looking at me like waiting.
You understand it though, right?
To an extent. When money meets experience, experience gets the money, and money gets the experience.
Yeah.
Is that like two separate things, or is it when like
two separate things? So like, if we met an experienced business owner, but we weren't very experienced,
the
experience is gonna get the money. We're gonna get the experience. That makes sense?
Right. Kind of, but well, let's not dwell on it too long. For you guys that got it, you got it. For you guys that are with me that don't really get it, we're gonna keep moving on. Don't worry. But yeah, bro. I think as well, like the age that we're at, like 21 to 23, is like a vital age in like really becoming the person you're gonna become. You come away from like school and like your friends around you start to grow up. You start to get girlfriends. You start to.
Something mad though.
Come on.
We left school 7 years ago. I just think that's fucking crazy when you hear that number. Like we left school 7 years ago. Bro, what the fuck have we been doing for 7 years?
Gee, was trying to get monetized, bro.
Oh,
I ain't said one swear word this whole time.
I was about to swear again.
You're gonna go. Oh,
that's right. You can beep it out.
That's long.
My bad.
Nah, you're good. YouTube, don't find us, man. We need that bread.
No, anyways, what about you? I mean, I don't know if there's anything that you can put a T to. I mean, I struggled with it, to be honest with you, but what's changed over the past 2 years?
I think it's very similar to yours. Like, I've grown up in so many different aspects of my life. I'd like to think that I've become a lot more humble. I've become a lot more considerate. I've become a different person. I've become a man. Like I feel so content within myself, what I'm doing, who I'm around, my people, my circle, my environments, my goals, like, and I think that just comes out. Like beforehand, I always felt like I had to prove something to people because I was the guy that worked in his dad's restaurant. And yeah, like I used to walk around the place like it was mine, but at the end of the day, like it really wasn't. Like it wasn't. So I feel like feeling like I've got something to prove to people, like by being flamboyant or by being out there or by telling people everything and anything that's going on in my life, and even down to like posting thirst traps and stuff like that on IG just for attention, or like posting TikToks that I wouldn't be happy for my mom or my future kids to see. Like that's changed, you know? Like I feel like I've become so confident and not content, I think that's the wrong word, but just so confident within myself that I can be my true organic self in whatever room I'm in and be completely fine if someone doesn't like it. And if somebody does, great, nice to meet you, I'm Chris. Let's talk, let's connect, let's grow. But if not, I couldn't give a flying donkeys. See the correction there, the swearing. Come on. But yeah, I think that's the main thing, just maturing a lot. Because being in business, bro, getting a lot of no's, it teaches you a lot. And we had a lot of no's along our journey, and I'm pretty sure we'll keep getting a lot of no's.
I'd love to see the count no's versus yeses.
Bro, the no's outweigh it massively. Like, massively. Yeah. I'm picturing like a pie chart in my head right now, and like the tiniest little like triangle in the top right corner that says yes. That's kind of how I'm imagining it. But yeah, man, it's part and parcel of the journey. And you always say it, the man that loves walking will always go further than the man that loves the destination. And what you learn on that walk, on the way to the destination, is what makes the destination worth it. Mm-hmm. And we will look back on now these present times, and then even further back when we started out, and we will cherish those moments because we've learned and like so much. We've grown so much because of the things that happened. They make us who we are today. Mm-hmm. So yeah, GMS to the moon, baby. Vamos.
We spoke about the business a lot, man. Let's talk about the pod. How'd that come around?
At the time, you were the guy that was like, let's do this, let's do that. Come on, like there's all guns blazing at everything.
I think that's what business takes though, man. Like breaking shit.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like that was something, especially at the start of our journey, which is like such a positive trait of yours. Mm-hmm. Like you were the person that like dreamt and like pushed like through the cloud. And I was like that more kind of realistic, like, are you sure this is a good idea? That was like kind of the balance. I feel like things have kind of flipped a little bit like in the last 2 years, which is okay because we still balance each other out in the right ways. But you're like, bro, F it, like, let's start a podcast. I was like, hey, what? Like, we haven't even been doing the business now for 2 months.
If you go further back, though, we did plan on starting a pod way before that. We just never set a date to when we were going to do it.
We always liked the idea of doing a podcast. The thing was like, because we started out in our YouTube journey, we were like, right, okay, let's use YouTube to build up an audience. And then through that, we can funnel it into like the Gooms squad, which is originally what was going to be kind of our thing. We wanted to make the YouTube group around like not motivation, inspiration from like Nell and obviously Sidemen and Beta Squad. Like we looked at these guys and we're like, we've got a pretty fun group of boys. Like how amazing would it be if our job was to travel the world and do stuff together and document it?
Basically, none of our friends were interested.
Well, yeah, it was just me and you. So we just started our own channels, and then we always had like the podcast in mind. I think at the time, the main instigators, it's completely different to what we look at the podcasting world like now, but it was like the fellas, it was like the Full Send pod, obviously, like these guys that like come to a podcast set and have a drink. Like I don't think we've ever had, we have one time.
I haven't.
Golden Boys.
I didn't.
Yeah, but there was drinks on set. That's the only kind of, Golden Boys 2 even that was, but that's the only time there's even been that kind of vibe on set. It's always pretty kind of, what's the message, what we're trying to portray, and let's go. But yeah, I think you pushed for it, and I was a little bit scared, to be honest.
I remember I said to you, I was like, bro, I was like, let's start the pod. If you don't want to start the pod, like I want to try and do something else. Like, why not?
Yeah.
And you're just like, I basically kind of forced you into it, really.
To an
I
extent.
forced your hand.
The thing for me was, it's going to set us back financially when we don't really have any security. And also as well, it was like, who are we? Who's going to really listen to us? What have we achieved? Like, if we were starting a podcast today, I feel like a lot more people off the bat would be interested in hearing about us and what we do, as opposed to where we were. We were nobodies. We didn't really have any experience in the world of business. We didn't really have a business to kind of lean back on and use. We were still working our jobs. So it was like, oh no, we weren't. We just finished, didn't we? We went full time when we started the pod.
It was a little
January, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit after.
Well, you quit a lot before me. Mm-hmm. I didn't really stop until like December.
I got let go, actually. My man said he came home one night. He was just like, just don't come in again.
You want to chase your dreams? Fine. I don't need you. To be fair, that's something that we haven't touched on. Mm-hmm. Leaving the family businesses and kind of what that kind of felt like for them and for also for us. I mean, I know you've kind of just said it in a nutshell, but how did that feel when you started telling your old man, who's obviously from a very different generation to us, listen, I don't really want to do the family business anymore. You kind of have to pick up my load because I'm going to go and chase my dreams. Like,
I said from the start when I first started working with my old man, like, this is always just going to be a stepping stone. So he was kind of like aware to an extent.
Yeah, he's expecting it.
I was literally just about to go on. I don't know if he ever did expect it to come though.
Oh, right.
Because it's, at the end of the day, like, secure business. You know what I mean? Like, that's doing well. Like, it could have just been mine on a plate.
And I'll never forget it as well. On our first episode, you said you were, obviously this is way back, a very different H. H is now in a very loving relationship, so don't take offense, anyone. But you were speaking to a girl and she was like, once you get in the shop, you never leave. Mm. And I remember in the first episode, you actually told her to. You said, listen, you...
I wonder what she'd say now.
Well...
Punch her in her face.
No, you're not going to do that, H. Fuck. Oh, shit. This is really bad.
We should have a jar, like a swear jar now.
Yeah. The thing is, the first episode was really bad. I actually said, can we get an F count on H? And it's probably around 12. Yeah. But I think we've beaten it today when we're trying not to.
And the rest, way more than 12.
Yeah. Every second word was a swear word. It is bad, guys. We are cleaning it up. We saw the comments, especially on Lou's episode. I actually haven't watched it back, so I don't know how bad it was, but...
I don't recall it being that bad on any of our recent episodes.
But I think if we weren't made aware of it, we wouldn't think that our normal day-to-day conversations are that bad. But from an outsider listening, it's like, God, how much? Stop now. Like, do you know what I mean? But yeah, coming back to, obviously, you leaving the business, you said, obviously, your old man never really expected it, or you didn't know whether he expected it. How did you feel in that moment? Because... you were like a big major part in the family business. You took a lot of workload off of your old man and you kind of stepped in and you were like, right, okay, I'm here now. Obviously to leave that and to chase your dreams, like, did you have like any kind of guilt, or did you leave a bit like, you know what, I need to do this for me? And
I did have some guilt because I actually said to my dad, I was like, it's fine. I don't need to leave yet. I can wait. I'm just letting you know that at some point I'm probably going to need to step away. Yeah. And he was just like, you don't need to come in again. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And I don't think I'll forget. I don't think it was the first morning that I never had to go to work again, but like it was close.
I remember it.
And I was just like on my way to the gym, like pretty early. Don't know what tune was playing in the car.
He was cruising.
Yeah, I was on the way to the gym, and I just remember like thinking to myself, I was like, shit. I was like, oh, I just swore again.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say anything.
But I remember being on my way to the gym, and I was just like, oh. I was like, okay, like, this is what this feels like. Got a little bit emotional to myself. Yeah, like, let's
go and work.
Let's just find out what happens. Yeah, it's curiosity more than anything, because back then as well, like, we didn't really know what we were doing at all. Not that we do now. I don't think anybody does really. Yeah.
Well, I think that's unfair to say. I think we know what we're doing now a lot more than we did. Yeah. We don't have it all figured out, but I don't think anyone does.
I don't think any business owner, and this is just going from experience of listening to other business owners that speak about business, like, they don't really understand what they're doing as well, being at a stage where they might be doing 10 mil, 15, 20 mil a year. Although, let's say, for instance, there's a service that needs to be delivered, we understand the service that needs to be delivered, but there's still things that we're just smashing stuff. I was about to swear then. Yeah. We're just smashing stuff and just trying to figure it out. And there's people that are doing 10 mil a year that are still doing that exact same thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have to break stuff. Mm-hmm. you have to, or you have to break barriers and stuff. But I think the terminology you use is like, I think slightly unfair. Like we don't understand what we're doing. Like we do, we just don't have it all figured out. Like we've got a much better understanding.
It's a nicer way to put it.
Yeah,
of course.
I think someone that's got a business that's doing 10 mil a year understands very well what they're doing. They might not understand the next steps or how to go to the next level or how to make it from 10 to 50, but they'll figure it out. And that's where the break and stuff comes into play. Because you're always striving for more. And to do more, you have to learn more. You have to acquire more team members. You have to, obviously, it's always a new experience, but for the first time around anyway.
How about you? I've never really spoke to you about when you left.
That was really hard for me, bro.
Why?
Because as much as I wasn't the boss there, like, I don't think my relationship with my old man in regards to work and business was the same as yours. Like, your dad could do that job with his eyes closed because he has done for so long. Whereas my old man was very dependent on me. And like a lot of the innovative things that happened at that business were because I implemented new ideas or I tried something new, and he just had the balls to trust me, I suppose. So stepping away from that, I did have tremendous guilt. I did. And after stepping away, like, the business did start to slowly kind of deteriorate as well. And it was because me leaving was like a snowball effect of other team members that had come in, like, not with me, but like I'd hired them and I was the guy that kind of supervised over them. And my team effectively like had all gone as well. And I was stuck at a crossroad of like, we've started a new business, we don't really know where we're going. I know in the long game, like, this is the best thing to do, but am I being like a good man? Am I making the right decision by kind of like leaving my family, not my family in the shit because they were all right, but do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like if it was a situation with you and your dad, knowing full well that, yeah, he might have to work a few more days until he finds a manager or someone else to kind of replace those hours, he could still do it with his eyes closed. Whereas my old man in this business model was very much dependent on me and my systems and my operations and how things were done. He was just the guy that kind of watched over and made sure stuff was done from a food background, because he's always been a foodie. But in regards to actually running a restaurant, he had never had any experience doing that. And I was always kind of there to like pick up pieces and figure it out, because that's what I thought might have been my end goal, restaurant chain, and that might be my way to do it. But it was tough, bro. It was tough, especially when we come out and we're like, right now what? Do you know what I mean? Like, but I slowly did it. I went like from full-time to part-time. You were kind of already part-time, and then it was just done. Like, my transition was a little bit smoother because my old man didn't say, just don't come in then. He was like, are you still going to come in and help us? Type vibe.
Is that how it went down? I didn't know.
Yeah, bro. Like, it was tough for me. It was tough for me. I've got the screenshot of when I ordered the camera. Obviously, then I went to Dubai to meet my girlfriend, well, my now girlfriend, and I was still dealing with stuff for that business whilst I was there. And when I got back, I was still working shifts there. Like, I was still very much involved, like, up until Christmas. And then it was kind of post-Christmas after the new year when I was like, okay, like, I'm going to stop now. And it was hard. But we made hard decisions that kind of led us to being here. We took that leap of faith. And we haven't even spoke about the money. We took a big financial cut to chase our dreams. And it's only now where we're even like getting a glimmer of even getting back up to that in regards to our personal income. Obviously, the business can make the money, but everything that the business make isn't ours. Like,
one thing though that I've grown to kind of realize is that I don't really care. Like, genuinely, the things that I enjoy, like, people can say to me like, oh my God, like, hate you work too much. Like, one can say it to me, whoever, like, oh, do you not get tired, etc. But I genuinely enjoy my regimented life of just doing more or less the same things every day, like working, training, eating good food, like getting good sleep, and just doing the same again. Don't get me wrong, I want to travel and I want to do those things, but I'm just talking day to day now. I get enjoyment and fulfillment out of that.
yeah.
Like, it's pretty cool, man, growing a business. I enjoy it, man. It's like proper building something.
We are.
Putting the blocks together.
It is literally brick by brick by brick. And then you can say that day by day by day.
I think it is important as well, just if there's like, if you're at your job or you're in that family business or whatever it is, and you just hate it and you don't enjoy it, just leave. Like, take the leap and try something.
Did you see a Dana clip with Grant Cardone?
Yeah, I actually did.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's fucking true though.
I saw it today.
We did that before we even saw that.
Yeah.
Before I even stopped getting Joe Rogan and Dana White mixed up.
Yeah.
But have you seen that meme?
You know, it's actually funny because I used to as well.
I used to think that Joe Rogan was Dana White.
Same.
But no, like it's important because what at the end of that clip you don't see whatever said after. I mean, I haven't seen it, but when you really deep it and you think about what it is you get 80 summers, 80 winters. Statistically, it's not a very long journey. Have a good fucking time whilst you're here and do what you enjoy. And you spend probably a third of your life, well, over a third of your life working. I wouldn't know the statistics. Or a quarter, whatever it would be, actually.
And a quarter sleeping as well.
No, it's a third. It is a third sleeping.
Oh, right.
That's fact. So that's what's making me think work is less because you're younger and you grow up. But regardless, you spend a massive chunk of your life in your job or whatever you're doing day to day. Like, make sure you're having a good time.
Yeah.
Full stop. And one thing I can definitely say is that I'm having a good time, man.
Yeah, bro. It's part and parcel, man. It is really part and parcel. We chose this life. We chose the game. And I'm here for it. What's the next level? How do we level up our character? How do we level up our business as a character? How do we max out our levels? Like, all of our stats. Like, it is exciting.
If we were to go deeper into that, because one thing that I've always been naturally quite good at it, but I've never been able to word it, what it is, the learning, etc., how I break learning down, how I enjoy it, and I'm like okay at it. And I heard someone break it down on a podcast not too long ago. And if there's a specific outcome that you want, let's say, for instance, that specific outcome is you want to be in shape. Someone could just say to you, okay, you need to work out and eat less or eat more to get bigger, etc. Like, that's the simple fix, but to get this one outcome. But this really is it's an accumulation of skills and understanding, okay, I need to train this way. I need to understand about, pushing myself to my limit. That's like a skill. Understanding, different exercises and how to put a gym routine together. It's a skill. Understanding nutrition and how much protein to eat. Like, if you break it down into all of these different skills to get this outcome, all of a sudden it's not this huge journey. It's learning a few skills along the way.
And being consistent.
Which gamifies it. Yeah. And makes it a bit more enjoyable. It's the exact same with business. All of these different skills that had to be learned will lead to an outcome.
Sales, marketing, communication, leadership. How do we set ourselves these goals to level out, like max out these stats?
A pal's been coming to me for a lot of advice recently. And like, I've been basically just saying to him, like, stop just trying to create this one thing that's amazing because you want this one specific outcome and break every single thing that you're doing down in content creation as a skill.
Like, reverse engineer it.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
I'd like simplify everything you're doing. Like, you just need to understand it, how to film something good, how to create a script, how to edit, how to cut up a video, then how to put subtitles. Like, when you break it down to these skills, you get the outcome rather than just thinking, how do I get into shape or how do I create this amazing piece of content?
Yeah. It's a nice way to put it, bro. And as well, I think when you break something down into a lot of small tasks, it's a lot easier and it's a lot more fulfilling along the way.
It's how, I don't know why, it's always been second nature to me to just understand, just learn this skill and learn this skill and learn this one. You bring them together and then you can be good at this one thing and you get that outcome. But I've never been able to explain it until I heard it on a pod and I was like, oh shit, that's how I think. That makes sense. Yeah.
To round off, bro, what do you think we should say to the guys that not only have subscribed or the people that are still here that haven't yet pressed that subscribe button? Why should people subscribe and follow our journey as podcast hosts, as entrepreneurs, as men? Why should they join our journey, bro? This is your time to pitch us now. Don't start talking about qualifying.
I was gonna hit it with one simple line, bro. To be honest,
go on, let's go.
I was just gonna say it's gonna be one hell of a journey.
Wow, that is dramatic. Mic drop.
But it's true though.
Yeah.
Man.
Okay, I'll do my one then. It's a little bit more long.
I was actually going to ask you as well. I thought you were about to say something.
Yeah. Wait, listen, to you guys that are still here, first of all, thank you. To you guys that are new around here, that have just recently subscribed, to you guys that are contemplating pressing that subscribe button, please just do, man. We're a couple of young guys that are just striving to do great things, trying to change the world for ourselves, the people we care about, and hopefully affect some of you guys in a positive way. And yeah, like H said, it's going to be one hell of a ride. We won't stop until we reach our goals, until we do the things that we want to do. And these are the types of people, if you're striving for the same things, you want to be listening to on a weekly basis. It's very rare that me and H nowadays sit down and do these types of episodes. We try so hard and we're working endlessly on top of our businesses to get guests that are further along their journeys, not only to motivate and inspire us, but to also do the same for you guys. It's a lot harder than you think. Getting a new guy that's in a new business model, that's got new stories every week, to travel all the way down to Little Worcester to come and film in our office building around their busy schedules. But we just find a way to get it done. And we're going to continue finding a way to get it done for you guys, for ourselves. And yeah.
Next up 10K.
Nah, 2. Let's hit 2 first. Break it up into small tasks, bro.
The next stop is 10K, bro.
No, 5. 10. Next milestone.
I'm telling you, next one is 10, bro. It goes 1, 10, 100, then a mil. It's like your birthdays. You have the good, like, it goes 16, 18, 21, 25, and then 40.
Yeah, but 16 and 18 are very close. So, like, I feel like 1, 5, 10, then 50.
1 and 10 on the grand scale. 1, 10, 100, and a mil. Like 1 and 10 are very close.
Bro, I want the 10K. Trust me, I want it. But let's set ourselves some realistic goals here.
Realistic goal
by the end of the year. By the end of the year.
10K.
Really?
I'm telling you. Listen, it's unrealistic, but sometimes being unrealistic is what you have to be to achieve what you want.
All right.
But the one thing that I will say, all it takes is one serious guest, that we were to land, or one serious title, or one serious thumbnail to actually hit that 10K. Genuinely, that is all it does take.
If we are at 5K on January 1st, on our 2-year anniversary, of the podcast, if we are at 5K, I will be over the moon. But since H insists, our goal is to hit 10K by, when was our first episode? Like the 18th of Jan? It came out on your birthday, I swear. What are you doing? Audio listeners, H is currently...
We have 20 episodes left for the year, including this one.
Okay.
That is 20 opportunities to get... Let's break this down. we have 20...
8,333 subscribers.
No, listen, we have 20 opportunities to reach 10K, yeah? But then if you divide 8,000 by 20, that's 400 subscribers an episode. When you break it down like that, 400 subs an episode... I know it's a lot still.
Bro, come on, man.
No. But when you break it down like that, 400 subs an episode isn't the deepest thing in the world, ever. When you really do deep it like that.
Yeah, for some people...
And I know that would be a quarter of our subs now.
Yeah.
No. Yeah,
we need to know our place, bro.
No. But when you break it down like that, it is possible. It's not impossible. It's definitely possible.
All right, 10K by the end of the year.
Come on.
Every single one of you guys, man, we appreciate you like so much. I'm so beyond grateful to even be where we're at right now.
I'm straight.
It fires us up when you leave these comments. We see you guys, this UK podcast, or I'm starting my business and I feel so kind of, you guys are so relatable to me. All of these comments like genuinely change our days, weeks, months, and motivates us so much, not just with the podcast, but also in our business as well. So please, all of the support, smash the like button, leave us a comment if you like this episode, subscribe if you haven't, follow us on IG, send us a DM and told us you listened to the episode. Whatever it is that you guys want to do to show some love, it is all amazing.
Come on.
So yeah, as per usual, guys, thank you for tuning in. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Turn the bell notification on so you get notified every time we release a podcast. And we'll see you all next week.
Love. Catch us later. Thanks for support, guys.
Peace!